Josie hikes at 2.75 miles per hour. How long will it take her to hike 9 and 5/8 miles? Okay. The thing that I think makes this tricky is we have decimals and we have fractions. So if we're not 100% sure what to do here, what I like to do is work with really easy numbers and see if I can figure out, well, what would I have done if, let's say, Josie hikes at 5 miles per hour? How long will it take her to hike 10 miles? Well, if it's 5 miles per hour and you want to go 10 miles, I would need to divide 10 by 5 to get 2 hours, right? So I need to divide this by this, right? Similarly, if I had had easy numbers, I would have just divided 10 by 5. So I'm going to take 9 and 5/8, and I'm going to be dividing that by 2.75. So I personally prefer fractions. I just think they're easy to work with. So I'm going to turn this into a fraction. 2 and 75 hundredths here is the same as 2 and 3/4. Okay. So I'm going to turn both of these into improper fractions. 8 times 9 is 72 plus 5. 8 times 9 is 72 plus 5. So that's 77 over 8. Divided by 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3. That's 11. When we divide, this problem becomes 77 over 8. We multiply by the reciprocal. Oh, Miss Tammany, that was so nice of you. This problem works out quite nicely. 11 and 77 share a same factor. So 11 divided by 11 is 1. 77 divided by 11 is 7. 4 and 8 share a common factor. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I am left with 7 times 1 over 2 times 1. So that is 3.5. So let's interpret this answer. Josie hikes at 2.75 miles per hour. How long will it take her to hike 9 and 5/8 miles? It will take her 3.5 hours. Okay. You could have done the same problem using decimals. So turn this into 9.625 if you know your eighths really well and divided it by 2.75. I also think you could have set up a ratio table. It would have been a little tricky to figure out what this fraction was, but it would have also worked. Just to show you sort of quickly what that would look like, you'd have hours and miles, right? And you would say, well, after 1 hour, we went 2 3/4 miles. After 2 hours, we have to double that. So that would be 5.5. Okay. After 3 hours, we need to add another 2 3/4. So that would be 8 1/4. And we need to get to 9 and 5/8. So if we got to 4 hours, you would see that we would go way over. We'd be at 10, we'd be at 11. Okay. And we need to figure out, okay, well, I need to go from 8 1/4 to 9 and 5/8. So we would have to subtract 9 and 5/8 minus 8 1/4. That's 2/8. So that would be 1 3/8. Okay. Well, if I know my fractions really well, I know that 1 3/8 is half of 2 3/4. So a half an hour is 1 3/8. right? That's half of 2.75. So 8 1/4 and 1 3/8 is 9 5/8, and that this plus this equals 9 5/8. So that means this plus this would be 3 1/2. That was a whole lot of work when really all we needed to do is divide, which I showed you at the get-go. Okay, but a ratio table would work.